Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you so much for holding this hearing today. And Governors, thank you for being here. Over the past 2 months, Congressman Quigley, who is a ranking member of my subcommittee, we've held hearings on state budgets and pensions and their impact on the municipal bond market. Two essential questions immediately stood out. First, what is the true debt burden facing our states and municipalities? And second, what must be done to mitigate the immediate crisis and put all forms of government back on a solvent fiscal trajectory? After holding hearings with scholars, state senators, rating agencies, and other parties about state budgets and pensions, we confirmed what leading economists are predicting and what we'll hear from the testimony today, that 2012 will be one of the most difficult budget years for states and municipalities on record. 44 states and the District of Columbia are now projecting aggregate budget shortfalls totaling $112 billion for this year alone, and it only gets worse from here on out. If that wasn't enough, there are unfunded pension liabilities upwards of $3.2 trillion for states and $383 billion for local governments, some of which is kept off of states' accounting books, representing trillions of dollars in shadow accounting. Today, some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle will use the words like extreme, tax increases, and use those words repeatedly to describe what is either happening in terms of cuts or what is necessary to get out of this situation. We're not facing a revenue problem. It's a spending problem. But as always, the numbers don't lie. Since 1990, state and local governments have increased spending by roughly 70% faster than inflation. In addition to this unchecked, reckless spending, the looming burden of paying out trillions of dollars in lucrative public pensions and health care benefits leaves state and local governments in dire straits. I've stated before that there will be severe consequences if we're dishonest about the fiscal obligations before us and refuse to change course. The cost of inaction will be borne by the young teachers who are told that their cash-strapped school districts can no longer afford their retirement benefits because it must finance the exorbitant benefits of others. Many public servants, like firefighters and policemen, faced with the possibility that their vital jobs that they hold will no longer provide a standard of living for their families, will simply choose another career. In the end, the people that we count on to teach our children and to protect our homes and our families will realize that their government has failed them and actively hurt their retirement security. We have an opportunity to change that. Numerous states have seen the writing on the wall and decided to take action. In recent years, at least 15 states passed legislation to reform some aspect of their pension system. For example, Governor Mitch Daniels of Indiana successfully reformed collective bargaining, leading to more efficient and effective government. Governor Walker has boldly set out to push through similar initiatives in Wisconsin. We've seen this in the national news. Even in the face of extremely heated political attacks, Governor Walker has shown that he understands and has a genuine commitment to reform and to prevent this fiscal calamity. The Governor's proposals were recently welcomed by the bond market and Moody's, which said that Governor Walker's plan will have a positive effect on the credit rating of his state. In the end, that will mean less cost and less expense to his taxpayers in order to get lending. Change is never easy. But if we wish to ensure an honest retirement for those who teach our children or protect our families and leave the next generation a country as economically vibrant as the one that we inherited, we must be serious about the problems we face. It is our responsibility to be fair to our current retirees and honor our commitment to them, while at the same time not punishing the next generation of America for today's free spending ways. It's only possible if we take the necessary steps before it's too late. It's not too late. We still have the opportunity for change, and that's what this discussion here today is about. Moreover, in light of the hearings that we've had and the discussion we'll hear today, I think it's important that taxpayers and the market generally have the transparency necessary to understand the fiscal situation states are in. Taxpayers deserve it. Those that are paying into the pensions deserve it. And the American people broadly deserve that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing. Thank you for your leadership.